Hey, welcome to Marketing Against the Grain, your show for marketing-minded people everywhere. I'm your host, Kipp Bodnar, and I have a special topic for you today. We are talking about YouTube marketing predictions for 2023, baby. The reason is most people think YouTube, they've missed the opportunity. Oh, YouTube's been around forever. Why would I start YouTube now? That is completely wrong. And let me tell you why that's completely wrong. First of all, AI is disrupting search, but it's going to disrupt text-based search before it disrupts video. Way before. And so one of the most defensible things you can do right now to educate and attract customers into your business is online video. And if you believe that, then you have to say, well, where's the best place to do online video? It's YouTube. YouTube is the #1 most recognized brand amongst Generation Z, right? If YouTube had jumped the shark and it wasn't the core platform for video, that wouldn't be the case. You know, it maybe be recognizable, but it wouldn't be the top brand among Gen Z. And so if you're buying what I'm selling, that YouTube is more relevant in 2023 than it has been ever in its history, because that's what I believe, then you are on my train. Let's talk about why and what you can do with some predictions. My first prediction is YouTube creators are going to go mainstream. And what does that mean? We started to see that in 2022 with Mr. Beast, right? Mr. Beast went mainstream, was part of popular culture. Most YouTube creators exist solely within YouTube, right? And if you're not in that YouTube community, that YouTube culture, it's really hard to understand that they exist outside of the YouTube bubble. That's not the case. These creators have been grinding for years to build these audiences and communities, and they are about to turn them all into big businesses, and they are going to set up the blueprint for how you do that in the future. Some already have, but it's still relatively very small to what it will be basically by the end of this year and over the next couple of years. So what does that mean for you? You're like, hey, cool. Well, if you've started already, keep going. What I will tell you from breaking down a lot of YouTube channels is that it takes a long time. It takes a long time. This is something that you hear from all the great creators. It takes years, not months. And so if you're a year in, keep going. If you're 2 years in, keep going. Unless you have just completely plateaued and you're not seeing any improvement and you're not learning about the content you're creating, keep going. Prediction number 2. The rise of creator managers and platforms outside of YouTube. So what's going to happen is companies are going to continue to start and spring up around helping both businesses and individuals monetize their efforts on YouTube. And we see this a little bit. It happens on the fringes, and it especially happens with, your big influencers with millions of subscribers. That is going to change, and that's going to start being accessible to channels with tens of thousands of subscribers and start being just a function of how this ecosystem works. And so one of the things you can do if you are engaging on YouTube is think, hey, I need to be a student of the platforms and companies that are out there helping creators be successful and figure out how I can partner and work with them, because there are going to be a huge amount of opportunity that just haven't been. Up to this point, the reason this is true, up to this point, YouTube has done a lot of that creator management directly. And as Google slows down its spending in this tough economy, you're going to see less direct management, and that's going to create an opportunity for third parties to kind of come into the YouTube ecosystem and really drive and grow that ecosystem. Prediction number 3 is all about the thumbnail, baby. You hear people talking about thumbnails. Why do thumbnails matter? Well, thumbnails is the static image that people see when they start to decide whether they're going to watch your video or somebody else's video. And in a world where there's not a lot of content, not a lot of competition, that thumbnail is not that important. But because YouTube is maturing, and because I'm telling you that YouTube is going to grow and grow at a rapid pace, that thumbnail is going to be really important. And if you are not emphasizing your thumbnail quality, a lot of the channels I've looked through, they really hit an inflection point when they focus and optimize their thumbnail. What does that actually mean? That means taking some dedicated pictures. Like I did a 3-hour photo shoot for our thumbnails so that we could have all the art necessary. Having somebody who can then take those photos and overlay it with graphics and text to really instantly communicate the value. You want whoever sees that thumbnail to know exactly what we're about to talk to in that video, and that is the core opportunity there. And so when you get serious about thumbnails, your channel is going to really hit an inflection point in growth. My fourth prediction for YouTube in 2023 is YouTube's going to keep going hard in the podcast game. They see that it is ripe. They see shows like Rich Roll's show on YouTube, Andrew Huberman's podcast, doing amazing at these really deep, long form, hour, 2 hour, 3 hour deep dive formats. And while YouTube has been hugely successful in that kind of 1 to 10 minute range of video content, they want to win in that long form range of video content. And to win in that long form is going to mean podcasts. We saw last year in 2022, YouTube launched youtube.com/podcast, create programs for podcasters. And because of that, you're going to see so many podcasts switching to video first setups. And they're going to focus more on their YouTube than they're going to focus purely on audio, which was not the case for the last 10 years. And that is going to be a big change in 2023. All right, one final prediction, my fifth and final prediction for YouTube in 2023 as it relates to everybody out there trying to grow and build a business. It comes down to creator partnerships. One of the things is there's a big difference between folks who have an established audience and folks who are trying to grow their audience. And growing an audience takes time. And we've seen a lot of partnerships happen over the past couple of years between people starting new channels or brands looking to promote products and creators with established audience. I think that is going to supercharge in 2023. And you are going to see content and brand partnerships go nuts on YouTube. You are seeing the consumption of linear television and other traditional media formats go down. And with that declining consumption as well as trust, what you're seeing is brands are looking for new ways to get in front of their consumers, and content partnerships and brand partnerships with YouTube creators have been a big thing, but I'm here to tell you we are just getting started. You saw what Shopify did with Mr. Beast, where they did a huge campaign where Mr. Beast climbed a mountain and went to Antarctica and did all of this and talked about how he used Shopify for his products. That is the type of partnership that you're going to see, not just, once every month or two on YouTube. That is going to be a daily or weekly occurrence on YouTube by the end of the year. Those are my 5 big predictions for YouTube in 2023. Get out there. What I am telling you, it is not too late. YouTube is incredibly on the rise, and the evolution of technology is going to make video more important than ever. We are continuing to move to a video first society, and YouTube is the winner in that game. See you all real soon on Marketing Against the Grain.